Having heard the Dhamma from a Kalyana Mitta, one who walks the Noble Eightfold Path will reach the 4 stages of liberation. Sotapanna, stream enterer, eradicates the first 3 fetters, Sakkaya Ditti, Vichikicha, Silabhata Paramasa, but latent defilements, Anusaya, remains. Sakadagami, once returner, further weakens the 4th and 5th fetters, Kamaraga, paṭicca. Anagami, non-returner, fully destroys the 4th and 5th fetters, Kamaraga, paṭicca, but latent defilements, Anusaya, remain. Arhant eradicates the remaining 5 fetters, Rupa Raga, Arupa Raga, Mana, Uddhaka, Avijja, without even any residue of defilements, attaining complete liberation from all sufferings. The noble ones who are on the 4 paths and who attain the 4 fruits are the 8 noble individuals, Ata Purisa Pugala, known as the Sangha. The Buddha declared that a Sotapanna will never take more than 7 births before ending all defilements and extinguishing suffering. What are latent defilements, Anusaya? Anusaya refers to defilements like sensual lust, Kamaraga, that lie dormant in the mental continuum of beings, capable of arising when conditions are favorable. Since they do not manifest as distinct ultimate realities, their existence remains hidden. They become apparent only when a triggering cause arises. Defilements engage with beings in 3 ways. 1. Anusaya, latent defilements. 2. Pariyuttana, active obsession. 3. Vitikkama, transgression in action. These are overcome through 3 methods of abandonment. Pahana. 1. Tadanga Pahana, temporary suppression. 2. Vikambhana Pahana, subjugation through concentration. 3. Samucceda Pahana, complete eradication through wisdom. For those who have not eradicated the 10 fetters, e.g. Kamaraga, paṭicca, completely through supramundane path knowledge, Lokuttara Magganyana, these latent defilements do not always actively arise. Like a man may not feel lust, raga, toward an exceptionally beautiful woman, or a woman may not feel attraction toward a strikingly handsome man until they encounter each other. Like a rubber ball held under water, the defilement remains submerged, Anusaya, but resurfaces the moment conditions allow. Even ascetics meditating in forests, detached from sensual pleasures, may suddenly lose their hard-earned concentration if a tempting object appears, because the latent tendency was merely dormant. Anusaya is the potential for defilements to arise when circumstances align. Pariyuttana, active obsession. When a sensory object, a beautiful form sound, contacts the senses, the dormant lust, Anusaya, surges into active obsession, Pariyuttana. For example, upon seeing an attractive person, lust flares up, like the rubber ball bursting to the water's surface when released. Vitikkama, transgression in action. Sometimes the arisen defilement subsides, other times it overpowers moral shame, hairi, and fear of wrongdoing, or tapa, leading to physical, verbal, or mental misconduct. This is vitikkama. A good example of transgression in action, vitikkama, is when a person overwhelmed by lust abandons restraint, be it moral norms, virtues, or laws, and engages in immoral acts to satisfy craving. Let us now understand the methods of overcoming defilements. There are 3 methods. 1. Tadanga Pahana, temporary suppression. Defilements are momentarily subdued by mindfulness, recalling precepts or societal norms. With this type of mindfulness, a dying person with strong pankasila, 5 precepts, may be able to have pure thought as his/her last thought, leading to rebirth in a divine realm, sensual heaven, but samsaric suffering continues. 2. Vikambhana Pahana, subjugation through jhana, deep concentration, jhana, suppresses defilements for prolonged periods. Like concrete poured on soil, after a prolonged time lapse, deterioration allows weeds to emerge through the cracks. Similarly, defilements return when concentration wanes. Example, rebirth in Rupa or Arupa Brahma realms, but eventual fall back into suffering after a prolonged period. 3. Samucceda Pahana, complete eradication. Only the supramundane path, Lokuttara Magga, uproots defilements permanently via wisdom, Panya. Here is the process. A Sotapanna eradicates Sakkaya Ditti, Vichikicha, Silabhata Paramasa. Sakadagami weakens Kamaraga and paṭicca. Anagami fully eradicates Kamaraga and paṭicca, but latent defilements, Anusaya, remain, and Arhant destroys all 10 fetters, including latent defilements. Result, Nibbana. Therefore, the path to liberation or non-existence beyond all 31 realms is Sila, Samadhi, Panya, the Noble Eightfold Path. It is the only way to achieve Samucceda Pahana and achieve Nibbana. Important thing to remember when walking the Noble Eightfold Path, as the Buddha warned, even jhanic bliss can become a trap that prevents one from attaining Nibbana. Jhanic bliss refers to the profound states of joy, tranquility, and happiness experienced during deep meditative absorption, jhana. Therefore, the final goal for us is that while walking on the Noble Eightfold Path, we must penetrate impermanence, anicca, suffering dukkha, non-self anatta through one of these, animita, signless liberation, appanihita, desireless liberation, sunyata, emptiness liberation. The Buddha teaches, Yadidam sabba sankhara samato, sabba upadipati nissaggo, tanhakhayo, virago, nirodho, nibbanam. The cessation of all conditioned phenomena, the relinquishment of all attachments, the destruction of craving, dispassion and cessation, that is nibbana. Sabba sankhara samato means the cessation of all sankharas, conditioned phenomena or karmic formations, the disappearance of formations. Since all sankharas are empty, it is called sunyata, emptiness. Because no signs, nimitta, are attributed to all formations, it is called animitta, signless. Have you noticed that everything you've seen or heard can be recalled in your mind? You can mentally reconstruct any experience based on those signs, right? These are called nimitta, signs, and anunimitta, secondary signs. We mistakenly believe that we exist, that the world around us is real, and that events are happening all because of these perceived signs arising through the senses, eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, and mind. When all sankharas cease, there is no craving, no desire, no longing. Hence, it is called apanihita, desireless. The foundation of the path to Nibbana is correctly learning the Dhamma. The three unwholesome roots, raga, dosa, moha, manifest in the mind in three ways. Vitikama, transgression in action, eliminated by morality, sila, tadanga pahana, temporary suppression, paryutthana, active obsession, eliminated by concentration, samadhi, vikambana, pahana, stilling, overcoming, anusaya, latent tendencies, eliminated by wisdom, panya, samucceda pahana, complete eradication. Understanding these principles is essential before practicing vipassana, insight meditation. Without vipassana, defilements cannot be destroyed or eradicated. The ultimate goal of these Dhamma teachings is to guide you towards vipassana. Without vipassana, liberation is impossible. Importance of referring to the original Pali canon scriptures, three baskets, Tripitaka. There are initial challenges in studying the Dhamma. At first, reading these teachings may feel difficult because they oppose sensual pleasures. The mind initially finds them tasteless. You may struggle to read more than 5 to 6 pages at once. Why? Because throughout samsara, we've grown accustomed to indulging in sensory pleasures, satisfying the 6 senses. Breaking that habit isn't easy. As you experience all the time, we all want all sorrows to go away and work hard to have a happy life. But we will never achieve that. Every time new forms of suffering arise. If you recognize this, now is the time to seek liberation. The only way is to first attain right view, sammaditthi. A personal note, just 10-12 years ago, as a layperson, I knew nothing of these Dhamma principles. Like many, I experienced both the fleeting sweetness of pleasure and the depths of profound suffering. In time, I came to realize that the way I had been living was flawed. With no promises and no guarantees, I made the decision to follow the Buddha's path, no matter how challenging it might be. My only wish was to test for myself whether this path could truly lead to the end of suffering. Step by step it did. The journey gradually revealed the Dhamma to me and began to cultivate within me a mind grounded in equanimity. If such transformation was possible for someone like me, it is surely possible for you too. May you walk this path with courage and determination. Therefore, do not blindly accept or reject these teachings. Reflect deeply on your own life experiences. Compare them with the suttas in the Tipitaka. Observe whether lust, hatred, and delusion are gradually weakening in your mind. Evaluate this daily, or at the very least weekly, and draw your own conclusions. If you overcome these inner challenges and come to truly understand who you are, then you will have conquered the suffering of samsara.